Have you ever heard the story of the Candy Lady? It's a Texas urban legend that's sure to chill you all the way to your very core. Because it's real. It started as a clever story created by parents just to keep their kids from taking candy from strangers. The Candy Lady would put sweets on the kids' windowsill at night. She and the kids would wait for the mom and dad to fall asleep. That way the kids could indulge in the candy that was left for them. That way they wouldn't get in too much trouble. Supposedly, the legend says that after the kids ate the candy, she would grab them and feast on their sugary blood until there was no more left. Soon children began to go missing. A lot of children. But the police had no leads. Eventually, some of these kids got older, and they confessed to eating the candy that was left on the windowsill for them. And some of them with a note saying that it was from the Candy Lady. Parents then began to wonder if some of these kids that were disappearing were poisoned. That theory was soon put to rest when the sheriff's deputy was found dead. He had been the one that was investigating the disappearance of these many children that were missing. He was found with his eyes stabbed out with forks, and his pockets were stuffed with candy. A farmer allegedly found rotting teeth with candy wrappers in his field, only to find a body of a dead boy with his pockets stuffed with candy. That's where the urban legend ended. But where does this legend stem from? And where does the real story begin? Where Clara was born, in Texas, she was married to an older man and they had one child, Marcella, who was born in 1893, that was killed in a horrible farming accident. It was noted that her husband, Leonard, had been drinking right before the incident had happened. Clara was devastated and became withdrawn. In 1896, Clara killed her husband, Leonard, with poison candy. She blamed it on him, the loss of their child. She was tried and convicted of murder in the state of Texas, but she pled with insanity and grief. She was then placed in a Texas insane asylum in 1896. A doctor found a doll that Clara had made from torn bed sheets that Clara hid in her room. Other patients told the staff that Clara would talk and sing to it at night. In 1899, Clara was considered a good candidate for release due to the overcrowding at the asylum. She was said to be very charming, soft-spoken, and in those days, there was no aftercare for those that were released. No one knew where she ended up. Then in 1903, this is where Clara's story begins to become a part of the urban legend. Children near her hometown started to go missing. Local children would tell stories of someone leaving candy on their windowsills at night. Some had said, after receiving the candy for a while, that they would then receive candy with notes written on the candy wrappers. Then, every few days, a child would go missing, and just like that, the legend townspeople and the law enforcement became suspicious and began to investigate. Just like the legend, the farmer found the rotten teeth and the bodies in the field, as well as the sheriff's deputy who was investigating this was found dead with forks in his eyes and pockets full of candy. Thanks for watching this true urban legend Be sure to follow me on Snapchat as well as Instagram for updates, more information, current uploads, and more. I'll see you soon.